Hello and very welcome everyone once again to this particular session of the current affairs. Today we are going to learn the current affairs of 27th of June. So let's start and see that what are the things we can learn from this day and we can make notes out of this particular day's current affairs. So before we start, these are the topics we are going to cover. So I have got some international, national news, state news, banking and finance news, defense news, science and technology, and some other news related to the exams. And at last, I'll summarize all the topics for all of you in the end. Apart from that, as I've got sports news, important days, appointment resignation, obituary, awards and recognitions, and summary. Before we start, the images used in our slide deck are for educational purpose only. We respect the intellectual property rights of the original creators and owners of these images. If you are the owner of any of the images used in this deck and have any concerns or issues, please contact us at sathi@iitk.ac.in and we shall remove the images. So first news that we are having today is that Bangladesh PM Sheikh Hasina 2-day state visit to India from June 21st to 22nd of June. So Bangladesh Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina made a 2-day visit in India from 21st to 22nd of June, marking the first state visit hosted by India after the formation of new government. So recently the elections were held in Bangladesh where Sheikh Hasina won the election, and in India also the 18th Lok Sabha was conducted, and in that Prime Minister Narendra Modi became the third time consecutive Prime Minister of our country and the second PM in India who is continuing for the third time after Jawaharlal Nehru. The visit was third consecutive time India and Bangladesh partnered to establish bilateral ties, resulting in the signing of 10 memorandum of understanding, including 7 new and 3 renewals. 3 of the new memorandums were vision documents in the areas of digital partnership, green partnership, and blue economy. 13 announcements were made, including the introduction of e-visa for medical patients from Bangladesh and the opening of new Indian consulate in Rangpur, Bangladesh. So, for this purpose, the Bangladesh PM Sheikh Hasina visited India, and it was a regular type of meeting in which some of the renews of the memorandums are done. Italy hosted the 50th G7 summit from 13th of June to 15th of June. So we discussed in some of the last sessions also. So G7 are the number of total 7 countries, which includes Canada, United Kingdom, Germany, Italy, and apart from that Japan, and you can also see Australia and USA in this one. And these G7 countries basically every year they meet to talk about some of the better things they can do and create an ecosystem. And these days they are working towards through 2-3 things. One is the to create a secure AI ecosystem. One is the Ukraine Russia war, that is their prime thing, as for which they have also created a $50 billion asset by selling the Russian assets as they have under their control to help the Ukraine defense personals. Italy, holding the presidency of Group of 7 for 2024, hosted the 50th G7 summit in Borgo Egnatia, Passano, Apulia, Italy. Prime Minister Narendra Modi attended the summit at the invitation of Italian Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni, marking his 5th consecutive participation in the G7 summit. On 13th June, US President Joe Biden and Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky signed a 10-year bilateral security agreement during the summit. PM Modi participated in outreach session on artificial intelligence, energy, Africa, and the Mediterranean. So for this purpose, they have met, and also we can see that US President Joe Biden and Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky signed a 10-year bilateral security agreement. Paraguay joins International Solar Alliance as the 100th member. So recently Nepal has also joined as a 101st member. So now they are total 101. So Paraguay has officially become the 100th member of the International Solar Alliance. This marks the significant milestone in global solar energy cooperation. The ambassador of Paraguay, HE, Mr. Fleming Roll Durate, handed over the instrument of ratification. The ceremony took place in New Delhi with Sri Abhishek Singh, Joint Secretary, ED and MER, and head of depository. The headquarter of International Solar Alliance is in Gurugram, that is Gurugram in India, in Haryana. It was formed in 2015 with the focus to create solar energy with all the tropical countries that are existing in the tropical region of this world. And now Paraguay has become the 100th member, and Nepal recently became the 101st member of ISA. Union Minister, Health Minister JP Nadda launched Stop Diarrhea campaign. So recently, the Union Minister and also the party president of BJP, Mr. JP Nadda, launched the National Stop Diarrhea campaign with the slogan "Diarrhea की रोकथाम, सफाई और ORS से रखें अपना ध्यान." Key dignitaries released information, education, communication material like logos, poster, radio spots, and audio visuals for the campaign and distributed oral rehydration salts. So remember, what is the full form of ORS? Oral rehydration salts. So sometimes when a person is going through diarrhea, dehydration is the first thing that can be detected in that body. So for that purpose, to rehydrate the body, ORS is the first thing that is given. So that is ORS and zinc tablets to children. Campaign aims to achieve zero child deaths during childhood diarrhea through a 2-month long campaign with pre-positioning of 2 ORS packets and zinc as a co-packaging to under 5 children. The campaign will be implemented in 2 phases. The preparatory phase from June 14 to 30th of June and a campaign phase from 1st of July to August 31st, 2024. So for this purpose, the Union Health Minister JP Nadda launched the Stop Diarrhea campaign. Union Home Minister Mr. Amit Shah introduced FTI TTP for Indian nationals and OCI holders. So Union Minister Amit Shah launched the Fast Track Immigration Trusted Traveller Program at Terminal 3 of the Indira Gandhi International Airport in Delhi. FTI TTP aims to expedite the immigration process for pre-verified Indian nationals and overseas citizens of India. Cardholders through an online portal managed by the Bureau of Immigrations. So this is the process under which they are particularly providing some particular benefits to the people who are carrying the overseas citizens of India card. So there are 2 types of card under the Citizenship Act of 1955. One is the Person of Indian Origin card and one is the OCI card. In 2015, both these cards were merged together under one card. And now the Home Minister, Mr. Amit Shah, he has launched the Fast Track Immigration Trusted Traveller Program at the Terminal 3. The aim is to expedite the immigration process for pre-verified Indian nationals and OCI card holders. Eligible individuals must apply online, submitting their biometrics along with other required information with registration valid for up to 5 years. FTI TTP will be launched at 21 major airports in India and will be available free of cost for all passengers, similar to the Global Entry Program offered by the United States. So remember, Union Minister Amit Shah, he introduced the FTI TTP program for the Indian nationals and OCI card holders. Union Territory of Ladakh achieves full functional literacy under ULAS. So Union Minister of Education announced that Ladakh has achieved full functional literacy under the ULAS Nav Bharat Saksharta Karyakram. So Union Territory of Ladakh, they have achieved the full functional literacy under this campaign. Ladakh now boasts over 97% literacy. Lieutenant Governor Dr. B.D. Mishra shared this milestone on June 25. The announcement was made at a function in Sindhu Sanskriti Kendra at Leh. Recently, Hamis Festival was also held in Ladakh. And Hamis Festival is from Ladakh. And if we talk about the Hornbill Festival, that is from Nagaland. Madhya Pradesh ministers to pay income tax on salaries and allowances. So Madhya Pradesh cabinet, led by Chief Minister Mr. Mohan Yadav, decided that the state minister will now pay income tax on their salaries and allowances. That is a big step. Recently, if we talk about this kind of change, we see this kind of change in Assam also. In Assam, the electricity bills and some other type of things to be paid by the ministers itself from now on. This decision marks significant changes from the 1972 rule where the state government bore the tax burden. The decision was approved unanimously during a cabinet meeting held in Bhopal. The change will be effective immediately. So Madhya Pradesh ministers will now be able to pay taxations, income tax on their salaries and allowances. Muthoot Microfinance secured corporate agent license from IRDAI, that is the Insurance Regulatory and Development Authority of India. So Muthoot Microfinance Limited secured a corporate agent license from Insurance Regulatory and Development Authority of India to provide insurance products to its customers. The license reinforces MML commitment to financial inclusion by providing insurance coverage that address risk faced by vulnerable parts of society, including natural disasters, medical emergencies, and life insurance. License enhance MML ability to collaborate with insurance partners, enabling the customization of products for its bottom of the pyramid customers in rural and semi-urban India. Kochi-based Muthoot Microfin is part of the Muthoot Papachan Group and is one of the leading microfinance institutions in India. So remember, Muthoot Microfin secured the corporate agent license from the IRDAI, that is the highest insurance regulatory body in India. India's financial year 24 CAD declines, that is the current account deficit declines to 0.7%, gross domestic product from 2% in 2023. Record surplus of 0.6% in quarter 4 RBI. So according to this is all data record according to the RBI, the highest regulatory of body of banking in India. So RBI reported that India's current account deficit reduced to 0.7% of the GDP in financial year 24 from 22% of the GDP, and this is about the GDP that it has decreased from 2%. India's current account records surplus of US dollar 5.7 billion, 0.6% of GDP during the January-March 2024 quarter, driven by lower merchandise trade deficit. In quarter 3, the CAD was USD 8.7 billion dollar. The RBI was established on April 1, 1935 with its headquarters in Mumbai, Maharashtra, and is currently governed by Shaktikant Das. So remember, India financial year 24 CAD declines to 0.7% of the GDP. ICICI Bank AMCAP tops $100 billion, becomes only sixth Indian co to hit milestone. So ICICI Bank market capitalization crossed $100 billion mark for the first time on June 25. The bank becomes only the sixth Indian company to achieve this milestone. ICICI Bank joins the rank of Reliance Industries, Tata Consultancy Service, HDFC Bank, and Bharti Airtel. The achievement underscores the bank's strong market positions and growth. Recently, TCS was also named as the most valuable brand in India in Indian category. And also recently, Nvidia has recently surpassed the Apple as the most valuable brand all over the world. And also Nvidia recently coming in collaboration with Reliance to create an ecosystem of AI in India. India likely to grow at 7.5% in financial year 25 according to NCAER. So National Council of Applied Economic Research predicts India's GDP growth for 2024-2025 to be higher than 7%. Growth may even reach close to 7.5%. High frequency indicators show resilience amid growth, dynamism of the Indian economy. The prediction was made in NCAER's monthly economic review. So India is likely to have a growth of 7.5% according to NCAER. So these are the different type of forecast of the GDP. Central Electronics Limited granted Mini Ratna status. So recently HAL they got the Maharatna status, and some of other companies they got the Navratan status, and now the Central Electronics Limited they got the Mini Ratna status category 1 during the Golden Jubilee celebration. Recognition was given by Union Minister Dr. Jitendra Singh. CEL transformed from the loss-making PSU to a profitable entity. Company achieved net profit of approximately rupees 58 crore and has consistently paid dividend to the Government of India for 3 consecutive years. India's defense exports, US has grown to account over 50%. India's defense exports to the United States have grown to account for over 50% of the total exports. The exports exceeded $2.8 billion during the last 5 years. So, this is according to the data. This information was shared by Ranjana Khanna, Director General CEO, American Chamber of Commerce in India. The growth underscores the strengthening defense ties between India and the US. So, India's defense exports, US has grown to account over 50%. If we talk about the SIPRI report, in SIPRI report, India is the largest importer of defense equipments. And apart from that, if we talk about the largest producer of defense equipment, that is USA. And also, SIPRI has also stated that India has more nuclear warheads than Pakistan, according to their report. DRDO hands over medium range microwave obscurant chaff rocket to Indian Navy. So recently, Defense Research Development Organization, 1st of January is dedicated to DRDO Day, handed over the medium range microwave obscurant chaff rocket to the Indian Navy. The handed over ceremony was held in New Delhi. Rocket creates microwave obscurant cloud in space, forming an effective shield against threat from radio frequency seekers. So those who want to intervene into our radio frequency with this particular instrument, they can be buzzed. MOCR is expected to enhance Indian Navy's defense capabilities. Insignion enables Royal Sundaram General Insurance to integrate with IRCTC to transform travel insurance delivery. Insignion, a New York-based insurtech SaaS platform, partnered with Royal Sundaram General Insurance Corporation Limited and the Indian Railway Catering and Tourism Corporation to revolutionize travel insurance delivery. RSGI integrates with IRCTC to offer embedded group personal accident insurance policies alongside e-ticket purchases via Insignion's API platform. The integration was implemented using Amazon Web Service Cloud to optimize for high availability, focusing on scalable solutions with minimal investment. Chennai-based RSGI is prominent property and casualty insurer in India. So remember, Insignion, it is now coming together with IRCTC to create a travel insurance delivery service for the people who purchase tickets from IRCTC. Ministry of Defense signed 350th IDEX contract with Space Pixel to develop miniaturized multi-payload satellite. So, Ministry of Defense now signed a contract with the Bangalore-based Space Pixel for the miniaturized satellites that payloads of up to 150 kg for the Indian Air Force. This marks the 350th contract under the Innovation for Defense Excellence, that is IDEX, awarded as the first ever IDEX Prime Space Satellite grant under the Mission DEF Space Open Challenge. The contract was signed between Awais Ahmad Nadeem Alduri, CEO of Space Pixel, Anurag Vajpayee, Additional Secretary, Defense Production CEO, IDEX Defense Innovation Organization. Miniaturized satellite is capable of carrying electro-optical infrared, synthetic apparatus radar, and hyperspectral payload, expected to transform Earth observation and defense capabilities. So remember, Ministry of Defense has signed a particular contract with the Space Pixel, a space agency, private space agency, to create miniaturized multi-payload satellites. And this was the 350th contract under the Innovation of Defense Excellence. What is the full form of IDEX? That is Innovation for Defense Excellence. ISRO successfully conduct Pushpak reusable launch vehicle third consecutive landing experiment. So reusable launch vehicle is a very important USP these days. SpaceX is famously working with the Falcon 9 reusable launch vehicle, and that rocket is famous because basically ISRO is basically SpaceX USP is reusable launch vehicle. That means a payload of satellite can be launched into the orbit but the rocket will come back to the Earth for reuse for another type of launch. So ISRO conducted the Pushpak reusable launch vehicle autonomous landing experiment. Remember the name? What is the name? Pushpak. At the aeronautical test range in Chitradurga, Karnataka. Just to add, Andhra Pradesh is going to have another testing center for missile in Andhra Pradesh. This landing is the third and the last in the series of experiments following the success of RLV LAX 1, LAX 2 missions. The mission reused the wing body and flight system from the LX 2 mission, showcasing ISRO's capability to design flight system. Pushpak, the winged vehicle, was lifted and released by an IAF Chinook helicopter at 4.5 km altitude, autonomously undertaking maneuvers to execute a precise landing. So, ISRO successfully conducted the Pushpak reusable launch vehicle third consecutive landing experiment. David Warner retires from the international cricket. So, recently we have seen a lot of retirements. Like Rohit Sharma, Virat Kohli, and Ravindra Jadeja retired from the T20 internationals. Trent Bolt of New Zealand retired from all forms of cricket, and now David Warner, he is also retiring from all forms of cricket. David Malan, he also retires from all form of cricket. Moeen Ali from England also retired from all forms of cricket. So David Warner has officially retired from international cricket. Warner's illustrious 15-year career with an Australian national team has come to an end. His retirement follows Australia's elimination from the T20 World Cup in the Super 8 phase. Warner is celebrated as one of the most dynamic players in cricket history, but in his pocket he has 2 World Cups, 2 ODI World Cups, and 1 T20 World Cup that Australia won in 2021. International Day Against Drug Abuse and Illicit Trafficking. So, United Nations International Day Against Drug Abuse and Illicit Trafficking is observed annually on 26th of June to raise awareness of societal issues caused by illicit drugs. 2024 campaign theme is The Evidence is Clear, Invest in Prevention, focus on the importance of prevention in combating drug abuse. UN General Assembly adopted a resolution to observe this day. UN Office on Drugs and Crime annually issue the World Drug Report on this day. Recently, Punjab Police, they got in collaboration with BSF and local communities to curb the drug abuse in Punjab border region with Pakistan. International Day in support of the victims of torture. So, United Nations International Day in support of the victims of torture is observed annually on 26th of June to oppose the crime of torture and support torture victims and survivors worldwide. The day aims to eradicate torture and support the UN Convention Against Torture and Other Cruel, Inhuman, or Degrading Treatment or Punishment. 2024 observance marks the 27th International Day in support of the victim of torture. UN General Assembly proclaimed this day in December 1997 with the first observance on 26 June 1998. So remember, 26th of June is the International Day in support of the victims of torture and also International Day against the drug abuse and illicit trafficking. 12th Passport Seva Divas, 24th of June. So Passport Seva Divas is annually observed on 24th of June. Enactment of the Passport Act on June 24, 1967. The day aims to ensure the passport serve as a crucial travel document impacting countries' development. 2024 observance coincided with the 3-day Regional Passport Officer Conference in Delhi. Ministry of External Affairs provided 1.65 crore of passport-related services to the Indian citizens in 2023, with 15% annual growth in passport and related services. World Refrigeration Day 2024. So World Refrigeration Day is observed annually on 26th of June. Torture Day is also on 26th of June, and illicit trafficking and drug abuse is also on 26th of June. So the theme of 2024 is Temperature Matters, highlighting the significance of temperature regulation in society. World Refrigeration Day promotes career opportunities in RACHP sector and highlights the sector's technical expertise in providing cooled and heated environment. Day commemorates the birth anniversary of Lord Kelvin, a pioneer in thermodynamics, with the first WRD observed on 26 June 2019. Micro, small and medium sized enterprises day. So every year on 27 June, the micro, small and medium sized enterprise day is observed. The observance highlights the crucial role these businesses play in our economies and communities. 2024 themes focuses on leveraging power and resilience of micro, small and medium enterprises. So basically micro, small and medium enterprises, the government of India also works with these type of enterprise to provide such type of loans so that the particular industries in the rural areas basically they get boom. And as we know that importance of MSME is that they provide rural development and also the employment in the rural and these sectors are type of areas. The theme is leveraging power and resilience of micro, small, medium sized enterprises to accelerate sustainable development, eradicate poverty in times of multiple crises. Theme recognizes the potential of MSMEs to drive progress towards the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. IB Chief Tapan Kumar Deka and NHRC Secretary General Bharat Lal gets 1 year extension in service. So just after the Lok Sabha elections are conducted and everything is done, now the appointments and reappointments of process will be started. So appointment of committee of the cabinet approved 1 year extension for Tapan Kumar Deka as the director of IB Intelligence Bureau that takes care of all the type of intelligence informations within the country beyond 30th of June until 30th of June 2025. Tapan Kumar, a 1988 batch IPS officer of the Himachal Pradesh cadre, began his tenure as IB chief in June 2022 and is known for his expertise in operations in Jammu Kashmir and the Northeast region. ACC also approved 1 year extension for Bharat Lal as Secretary General of the National Human Rights Commission on the contract basis until June 30. Bharat Lal, a 1988 batch retired IFOS officer of the Gujarat cadre, served as the Director General of the National Centre for Good Governance and as the Additional Secretary of the President of India. So remember these two names. Tapan Kumar, he is the Chief of IB, and NHRC Secretary, that is the National Human Rights Commission Secretary, is Bharat Lal. Aksha Mohit Kamboj, appointed Vice President of India Bullion Jewellery Association. So Mrs. Aksha Mohit Kamboj, appointed as the Vice President of India Bullion Jewellery Association. Appointment is effective from 22nd of June. She is the first woman to hold a prestigious position in the gold and jewellery sector. Kamboj is known for her leadership as the executive chairperson of Aspect Global Ventures Private Limited and as a co-owner of the Tigers of Kolkata cricket team. So remember the name Aksha Mohit Kamboj. Mark Rutte, appointed as the next Secretary General of NATO. So what is NATO? That is the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, and Mark Rutte has been appointed as the new Secretary General, and he is the outgoing Dutch Prime Minister. So he was the outgoing Dutch Prime Minister and is now the Secretary General of NATO. This decision marks important milestone for the 75-year-old alliance. Rutte's appointment becomes a NATO's faces critical challenges in the coming years. His leadership is expected to steer the alliance through these challenges, and NATO these days is a very crucial thing because Ukraine wants to be the part of NATO, and the motto of NATO is that war against one is the war against all. But Ukraine is not the part of NATO so far, and in future maybe the things will work in Ukraine's favor or not, that we have to see. Frank Duckworth, co-inventor of DLS method, passed away. So the famous DLS method, that is the Duckworth-Lewis method, and in that case, the Frank Duckworth, the person who was the co-inventor of this method, passed away. He was an English statistician and co-inventor of Duckworth-Lewis Stern method, passed away at the age of 84. He was elected a Fellow of the Royal Statistical Society in 1974 and was awarded Chambers Medal for Outstanding Service in the Society by RSS, that is Royal Statistical Society. DLS method, invented by Frank Duckworth and Tony Lewis, is a mathematical calculation to calculate the target scores when rain interrupts a cricket match. So that particularly the resources that any team have, According to that, the data will be calculated, and on the basis of that, the scores will be projected. The methods was first used in the match between Zimbabwe and England in January 1997 and was formally adopted by the ICC, that is International Cricket Council, in 1999. So this was the particular time when this particular thing was used for the first time. To add this thing, in 2007, for the first time, free hit was also introduced into the Cricket World Cup, in T20 World Cup. GRSE wins Sustainable Governance Champion Award. So, Garden Rich Shipbuilders and Engineers, famous for providing INS Sandhyak and INS Nirdeshak, the survey vessels to the Indian Navy, has been honored with the Sustainable Governance Champion Award. The award was presented at the Outlook Planet Sustainability Summit and Awards. The recognition highlights GRSE's commitment to sustainable practice and governance excellence. GRSE continues to set benchmarks in sustainable governance. So let's summarize that what we have learned so far. So Bangladesh PM Sheikh Hasina on a 2-day visit to India. Italy hosted the G7 summit, the 50th G7 summit. Paraguay joins International Solar Alliance as the 100th member. Union Health Minister JP Nadda launched Stop Diarrhea campaign. Union Minister Amit Shah started the FTI TTP for Indian nationals and OCI card holders. Union Territory of Ladakh achieved full functional literacy under ULAS. Madhya Pradesh ministers to pay income tax on salaries and allowances. Muthoot Microfinance secured corporate agent license from IRDAI. Indian financial year CAD declines to 0.7%. ICICI Bank AMCAP tops 100 billion mark. India likely to grow at 7.5% in financial year 25 NCAER. Central Electronics Limited granted Mini Ratna status. Indian defense exports, US has grown to account over 50%. DRDO handed over medium range microwaves obscurant shaft rocket to Indian Navy. Incilian enables Royal Sundaram General Insurance to integrate with IRCTC to transform travel insurance delivery. MOD signed 350th IDEX contract with Space Pixel to develop miniaturized multi-payload satellites. ISRO successfully conduct Pushpak reusable launch vehicle. David Warner retires from international cricket. International Day Against Drug Abuse and Illicit Trafficking, 26 June. International Day in Support of Victims of Torture, 26 June. 12th Passport Seva Divas, 24th of June. World Refrigeration Day, 26th of June. Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises Day in 2024 is being commemorated. IB Chief Tapan Kumar Deka and NHRC Secretary General Bharat Lal gets 1-year extension in service. Aksh Mohit Kamboj appointed Vice President of Indian Bullion Jewelers Association. Mark Rutte appointed as the next Secretary General of NATO. Frank Duckworth, co-inventor of DLS method, passed away. GRSE, that is Garden Ridge Shipyard Enterprise, wins Sustainable Governance Champion Award. And that's it in this session. I hope you learned a lot of things, you got to know a lot of things, and your notes are updated. And thank you for being with me in this session. And bye bye. Take care, everyone, and see you soon.